Hi, Aman. How are you?
Hi, Sinuja.
Okay, great to have you here, and thank you for taking out your time to be for this platform and talking about some very important topics, which is basically connected with leadership and team management. So, in your experience of 15 years being in the corporate sector, being very closely connected with the sports arena, what do you think has been the leadership challenges that you've seen as a leader, in managing teams, and what would you like to share here, and how do you think you manage those challenges? Can you share that with us? That
So, let me actually take you back, you know, to my childhood days. I was a sports person, and sports people usually, have those innate abilities of being team people. And I was very early in my age starting to lead teams, be it on the cricket field, be it the sport I played actually more proactively, which was table tennis. So somewhere those qualities were very, very innate from the beginning, thinking about the team all the time. How could you actually motivate them to do the best for the team, irrespective of the fact that we win or lose, the fact that can they give 200% when they are on the field. So all these learnings, really, really helped when I actually stepped into first in my media role, where I was a journalist, where again, I was part of a weekend edition, which was a Sunday edition. Now, a Sunday edition is a very unique edition. The fact, the editorial team is not only writing stories, but they're also editing stories. They're also working with the designers to create those graphics. At the end of the day, you have to ensure that the publication goes for basically, it gets printed on time. So there are a lot of things which you were supposed to do together. And even if one thing is not being able to be managed properly, everything can go for a toss. So basically, again, working in a team came very, very naturally in my first couple of roles. And I went abroad for my higher education, came back, started my own venture in the not-for-profit space, where I realized, when we started getting a team together, there were around 10, 12 people who were working with us. Some of these were volunteers, some of these were coming for short internships, traineeships, some of these were full-time roles, but their passion was so high, to do something in the development sector, to ensure that the right to play opportunities were available for these kids in the tribal regions of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh.
Mhm,
That, frankly speaking, we didn't have to do much.
mhm,
At the same time, what you needed to do around that time was, to be able to guide them in terms of what's the vision. That is something you keep talking about to your team so that it becomes ingrained in their the way they function, the way they're able to deliver those things, and that becomes very, very important. And I feel, a good leader will always have a vision that will rub off. Not exactly you will, tell these people to be able to be, do the same things as the vision is. You know, you always have to motivate your team to ensure that they also have their own vision, which is somewhere aligning to the larger vision of the team. So having those mini visions are very, very important for anyone to actually start stepping into that leadership role. Coming to the challenges, see, when I joined Policy Bazaar, it was starting to grow. It was somewhere working in a very, very serious area of ensuring that the insurance is bought for insurance. Historically, in India, insurance has never been bought for insurance. It has been actually bought as a savings product. So for us, again, you know, getting a team together which was motivated, which was somewhere working for a cause was very, very important. And I was very, very lucky that I could found such people. I think the biggest challenges which I faced during that journey was, especially when the team started to grow and the growth that the company wanted. And obviously, you have to grow at a certain pace. You have to deliver to the investor expectations as well.
right.
So at that time, when you grow very, very quickly, you need to have also people be able to grow up to be able to understand what the company requirement is. At the same time, not everyone you want at that time to step into a leader role. At that time, you also want people to become managers. First, you have to prove yourself as a manager, then you actually step into a leader role. And at times, I feel now a leader role, you know, is a little overrated. You know, everyone keeps saying this in the sense, you know, we are looking to get a leader on board. Actually, you need more mentors than leaders. People know what is expected out of them. It's more mentorship which is required. And if there is a free hand given and mentorship given from the top, I think you will be able to deliver. You will be able to transform these mentors into leaders, truly leaders, because not everyone comes with those innate abilities. Not everyone is a sports person or has worked in a team. Everyone will have their own unique journeys. So things are very very different on the ground. uh, so again, as I mentioned again, like I think mentors are more required in today's field. How I see the young people, uh, especially now in the next 10, 20 years, you will see a lot of these people who are somewhere single childs. See those things also start from the home. You being a team, right? So when you are a single child, things are very very different. Today there is no joint families. So no, again, like when you're working, like when you're playing with your cousins, it's a team. So those things are going to be very very different in 10 to 20 years. At the same time, I feel, while there is immense talent, people at the young age, they have become a little greedy in terms of growing very very quickly. Again, are you able to shape up, to be able to talk in their own language and be able to actually mentor them to a direction is very very important. Because not everything can be very very looked at a very very short term venue. At the same time, this is your job to mentor these people so that they are be able to
Right.
look at a larger vision.
Right.
So yeah, these are the things which
Absolutely.
I have. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very insightful what you just said, and thank you for sharing so many details about your start, in the corporate world, and how you have seen leadership in various aspects, from your sports in cricket, and then in your editorial world that you worked. I think this is amazing. This is really, really insightful, and also connecting it with the society today, what is happening today, and how we are looking at this in the future. And I guess what you said is very true. Probably tomorrow's leaders need to really start working more with the teams to be able to understand that concept very well. So thank you so much, Aman. Thanks for taking out time and sharing such lovely insights and information about what you think about leaders. And I'm sure this is going to be useful for many, many young people today.